Well, the moment a lot of us suspected is here. Carlee Russell is officially charged by Alabama PD for lying to them about her alleged kidnapping 2 weeks ago. We're going to get into the charges, the penalties, and what I think should happen to Carlee Russell. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream. On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child.
So they charging her two separate charges. One is false reporting to law enforcement, and the second charge is false reporting on an incident. Both of them, which are misdemeanors. The most time she could do is a year on each charge with the $6,000 fine. This is footage of Carlee Russell and her family leaving the attorney's office prior to her turning herself in to face the charges. There goes her mother in the pink and the father in the blue shirt. The same two who did the national televised interview with the Today Show, trying to lie and cover up for their daughter a day after she returned home.
Because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But I just didn't know people could be so evil. She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They was lying their ass off that whole interview. Here go Carlee Russell and her family leaving the lawyer's office just prior to her turning herself in to face the new charges. But yeah, that whole interview was just hilarious, man. Then the next day when the Hoover police released their press conference talking about all the facts they had, and this was a day after her parents did their interview on the Today Show. But watch this press conference. This shit was hilarious too, because they had all type of evidence to prove that she faked her own abduction.
On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. On July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She claims she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists.
That was the wildest fake kidnapping story I ever heard in my life. But as we know, she was lying, and she was officially charged 2 misdemeanors, each carrying a maximum penalty of a year in prison. Also, let me know what y'all think about her smiling in her mugshot. That is crazy. She looks carefree, like she's taking school pictures or something. Tell me what y'all think in the comments about this whole situation. It's your boy Royal Ray signing off, Dope and Drugs.